Days of intense military training exercises, not in another country. Of course, do they even train military exercises in other countries? Yeah, they do. Yeah, that's right. They do when they go and invade them and shit like that. They got plenty of training over the years. Plenty of training in military exercises. So what's the hubbub, Bub? Why are they doing it in Southern California? And it's keeping the people on edge. Days, this is from the LA Times, days of intense military training exercises at empty buildings have Southern California on edge. Why would you do that? Why would you have flashbang, grenades, late night military training with helicopters, gunfire, or they call it simulated gunfire, in Pasadena, Long Beach, and other suburbs, jolting the residents. They're trying to get sleep, but the elite troops stormed vacant hospitals and malls. City officials said they were given very minimal details and very little control, if any, over any of the operations. And the public was only notified hours beforehand, and people were pissed off. Angry neighbors flooded police and city hall with calls. Beep, 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 beep. Yeah, hello, 911. Why the fuck is the military doing flash grenades, fucking gunfire? They're on rooftops. The helicopters all over the place. We're trying to get some sleep, damn it. Why are they doing this shit here in America? Why don't they go train, like, if they got training, can't they do this on bases in other countries, or just, I mean, isn't there a country for them to invade where they could get plenty of practice on this? What the hell? Oh, wait. Oh, yeah, that's right. They've invaded many countries over the decades, so they should have plenty of practice, and there should be no need for this whatsoever at all. Click. What does this seem like? What are they practicing for? Why are they doing this? Do they plan on attacking U.S. citizens? These order followers? Is that what they plan on doing? Because don't forget, back in 2020 and 2021, a lot of the good apples left because they didn't want to take the con job 1984 quackscenes. Remember that? So then if you got a bunch of military personnel getting the fook out of military because they're not taking the damn quackscenes, what do you have left? I'm thinking order followers. Just a slew of order followers. Kind of like you have in the police department. And that shit, I got to do a video on that. I got to rip them a new one. I just saw a headline saying that the police chase leads to an infant going flying out of a car. Okay, so the suspect is speeding. So you're going to chase him and make the suspect speed even more while you, the popo, are speeding? How the hell is that creating anything safe on the highways and streets? It's not. It's dangerous. So the police say, hey, you've been driving, speeding. The guy tries to get away. The guy speeds, the suspect speeds, but then the cops go chase him at high speeds. Make that make sense. How does two wrongs make a right? So the suspect was speeding, allegedly. So the cop's going to chase the suspect. The suspect's going to flee. Doesn't want to get caught. So the suspect decides to flee. And the cop, instead of saying, well, we'll get him, we got his license plate number. No, the cop says, well, we need backup. We're going to all chase him down the interstate and chase him down roads and shit like that and through intersections. Creating chaos. I'll tell you what, these popos, man, don't get me started, but let's stay focused on this. Pasadena leaders now want answers, questioning whether such war games in fire-scarred neighborhoods reflect new federal training priorities, or they're saying, is this your new federal training priority, or is this intimidation tactics? A series of military exercises taking place in empty buildings across the Southland are scaring residents and rattling neighborhoods as the sound of gunfire rings out in the dark and troops descend from helicopters. Sounds like war to me. Sounds like you're preparing to do something. Big time. This reminds me of the UFO attack that they have planned. UFOs, I actually covered this like 4 or 5 years ago, that the military actually has UFO hangars. In other words, they create the UFOs. They have them in like airplane hangars. They have UFO hangars on bases in certain secret areas. And I showed you the video. If I could find it again, I'll show it again. And these UFOs can actually fire upon using lasers and shit. And that's all they need to do is just attack cities using these UFOs and then say, oh, look, see? We're being attacked by, what is it, War of the Worlds? War of the Worlds 2.0, right? War of the Worlds. Only it's not just a radio broadcast. This time they'll show you UFOs attacking cities and shit like that. Killing people. That's still a thing. That's in the background. But people, I don't know. Nobody talks about that, really. What's stopping them from creating UFOs? Of course they can and do, and make it and pretending it's aliens from another galaxy attacking us. To usher in the New World Order and depopulate, right? As some residents went to bed, videos showed a helicopter thundering across the sky as soldiers jumped onto the roof of an empty hospital, or I should say hospital, in the middle of a tree-lined residential neighborhood. Hospital's near a neighborhood, or in a neighborhood? That's weird. Never heard of hospital being, okay, part of a neighborhood, but all right, whatever. Officials have said they've been given little notice and have no say on where or when the exercises take place. People are trying to sleep, said Rick Cole, a Pasadena City Council member, in a video posted on Instagram late Wednesday as the training continued in the background. This is going to go on for a while, and good luck to the people who have to get up and go to work tomorrow morning. Let's take a look at what that footage looks like. It sounds like they plan on attacking, but what are they attacking? They're training and doing this here. What do they plan on attacking? I know it's not Iran, because they're doing this here. I know it's not another country. They're doing this here. So who do they plan on attacking? This is in your backyard, your neighborhood. It's at night. At night. You have no warning. Supposedly, the Army put a post on Instagram and said, oh yeah, in several days or whatever, we're coming to do a military drill exercise, live exercises in your neck of the woods. All right, first of all, how many people check the Army, the Army Instagram account? How many people go to look for posts by the Army on Instagram? Go ahead, raise your, go, oh, me, Mr. Economy, go ahead, raise your hand. No, who? Woodsy Owl, who? No, this is nonsense. This looks like a war. This looks like they literally, it does look like intimidation. I mean, picture this if this was your town, like in your neck of the woods. It's nighttime, you're going noi, that's New Jersey for night. You got to get up the next day, and all of a sudden this bullshit's happening. Why are they doing it here? Why are you practicing in empty hospitals? That's strange, that's weird. Empty buildings, why? Urban warfare? Well, why would you do that? Do you plan on popping something off? Do you plan on instigating something? And then doing this shit and then calling in martial law? Do you plan on heavily depopulating America? Georgia Guidestone, Deagle.coming? Deagle America, depopulation. Do you plan on doing that? Because 2025, most of us are supposed to have been gone here in America. That hasn't happened yet. They're over a year behind, or a better part of a year behind, in making that happen. So is this another? What is it? Cog in the wheel? Spoke in the tire? Is this just another way of you getting ready to do something? The vaccines weren't enough, right? We didn't fall for the hantavirus. We're not falling for any of your bullshit. So send in the military, huh? What is it? You're gonna fight? You're training to fight gangs in Pasadena? Something's up, and this seems like they're going to try to start something on us. According to the New York Post, if I remember correctly, this could go on for years. I find that quite odd, too. Why here? Why on American soil? I mean, doth thou not have enough military training? You're not ready to go into another country and invade? You have to just brush up in a hospital in Pasadena at night without warning? Is that right? All right, let's take a look. Looks like a war to me. Looks like a war, a big one. Look at this. Look at this shit.
Should have seen it last night. Watch. From the Black Hawk helicopters to the loud firefight. It sounds more like a war zone in the Middle East, huh? But this is Northeast Pasadena.
There would be flashbangs, gunfire, like rapid gunfire. He didn't tell me that our places would be shaking. It was bad.
He's one of a dozen neighbors or so caught right in the crossfire of this. Listen.
all the lights in the hospital were lighting because they were shooting, and they could hear people in there screaming. Now I don't know who was screaming. Maybe it's some kind of simulated thing that they had in there. I have no idea. And explosions. I saw explosions. Yeah, and it was just nuts.
As you can see,
Listen, one time years ago, me and my daughter participated because I knew a couple of popos back then. Was friends with them, whatever. I'm not now, but we did something called Man Tracker. It's an exercise with the sheriff's departments. It was like this, but on a smaller scale inside of an empty warehouse. All right, and so I get that part, but I don't understand why the military. I don't understand why the military has to be doing this. That's strange. That's very strange. That woman there that just talked, it almost seems like she was an actor, but let's just roll with it.
people are very upset. They got no warning whatsoever.
Oh, this is Dabu. I didn't even
Some
know
are
that.
saying
My
that-
bad.
They said they put a post on Instagram and they expected everyone to see it, or everyone to even have an Instagram for that matter. So a lot of people are taken by surprise by this massive drill. Many people describe it just like that lady, as being just out of nowhere and kind of just wild and crazy. Military helicopters, simulated gunfire, flash grenades going off at the location that you've seen. She said she heard screams, and this freaks people out. This is part of the conditioning phase. If you ask me, we've seen this before. They did this in Florida. I believe it was Miami,
Florida, not
Lauderdale,
floor.
some years back.
It's annoying.
Swooped in, unannounced. Although some of these cities have drills every year, you've got to keep the people in the know. So the people in Pasadena, Irvine, Long Beach, were geeked out about this. If you guys witness,
Okay, he says, Dabu says they have this shit all the time, every year. It's just that this time people didn't know. Whatever. I think it's kind of strange, but okay.
this, let me know in the comment section. Keep track of all this. Let me know if you got any notifications, because other people said they got none, and that was the scariest part about it. And when it comes to psychological operations, that's how they conduct them. There's not going to be a large-scale warning. They're getting away with putting a little post on social media that most people don't see, and then conducting the operation, and then watching how people react. Just like that woman, other people. It's all part of the process here. And definitely all part of their military training drill that they say here it could continue for years. They don't give the reasoning for that, but they say it could continue for years. They are going to have some big events coming up here, Olympic-wise, FIFA, things like that. But just a heads up here, again, if you guys experienced it, let me know in the comments and join me for the live stream Monday, Wednesday.
Sounds like they're
Friday,
planning
8
something.
Eastern.
Don't get too bent out of shape, bitch, shoot about Dabu. I didn't even know it was Dabu, and I don't care. Information's information. We need to know about this. Something strange that's very strange. And a post on Instagram as if anybody, the entire world's going to see that. It's ridiculous. That's what I got for you. If anything else further develops, I will, or some other channel will let you know. Don't be a troll. Move.